Okay, so today we're coming from somewhere different. I'm gonna spin around here so you can see in the background. Today we're gonna be coming from somewhere different. As you can see, the Lowndes County Industrial Park. This is down in Lake Park, Georgia. This is my neck of the woods, as I some like to call it. Of course, Valdosta, Georgia, Lowndes County, where I grew up, born and raised. But behind me, we're not gonna focus on the county. We're gonna focus on this beast behind me. This is one of them. Of course, there's 4 variations. Dodge Challenger RT, GT, RT, and then of course to go along with that you also have the Scat Pack and the Hellcat. Of course, as you can see, this will be the Dodge Challenger. Slide over to the other side. RT, very nice vehicle. I have some great things to say about it. So if you are looking to buy one, whether it is the GT, RT, Scat Pack, or Hellcat, you got to buy it. You got to buy it. Absolutely love it. There's nothing that I would not say as far as you buying this vehicle whatsoever. There again, this is the RT. 6-hour drive I drove with it. I didn't want to do that. I thought gas would be horrendous. Love the drive. Comfortable drive. On top of that, did not throw everybody around in the car, and love the horsepower. Now, of course, I did not check the performance of the vehicle, which I'm going to do that right now. So if after you watch this one, tune in again. I'm going to show you a little bit about the performance of the vehicle to go along with some of the features as well as the performance from a distance driving aspect, gas consumption, things of that nature. So I'm showing you the vehicle as I always do, but what I'm going to do now is actually jump in. Now, it's a little bit dirty. That's a 6-hour drive. This is 6 hours later. So that's the reason why, or for the appearance. As I always like to do, show you a picture or an image of what that cockpit's going to look like. So you're just going to reach inside here, show you that before I jump in. So let's jump in. Let's take off. For size and spaciousness of the vehicle, probably a gentleman that I had an opportunity to see him hop in his and drive it. Marvin Lewis, of course, he plays basketball for the Charlotte Hornets here. He had, I believe, to be a Scat Cat or either Hellcat. But yeah, he was able to hop in his and drive it. And of course, Marvin's 6'10", I think. Comfortable. Drove it for a number of years before he got rid of it. As you can see here with myself, of course, I'm 5'10". The way the seat's contoured, I can really relax. Of course, when I do this, my feet can't reach the floorboard all the way out. It can't reach that, but at the same time, it reaches the footrest, and I can reach the pedals and the brake very well. So if you have someone who is much taller than I am, of course, coming in at 5'10", they can sit very comfortably in the vehicle, which normally you don't get that on a number of cars, but in this one you do. That definitely will help, because regardless of who you're buying it as a gift for, or if you're just looking at buying it for yourself, you don't have to worry. You will be able to fit comfortably in the vehicle. Give you a quick shot of the back. Of course, you've heard me talk about that. So as you can tell, going through a windy trail here, coming out of Cramerton today. Now, I could turn the camera around on me and talk forever, but I'm not going to do that. The thing I love about the Dodge Challenger here, and this is just the RT, so you've got a Scat Cat and a Hellcat. You can see me taking the curves. The vehicle will give you some sway when you get into the curve, but the thing I love about it is like the back just hunkers down. Hunker, that's a southern term, you know, if you're familiar with the Georgia Bulldogs. But it's like the back just lowers down, squats down, and it just propels you out of the curve. You will hear some people say that they don't like the way it performs in curves. It is a lot of sway. Sometimes you feel like, just when you feel like you're maybe out of control, the vehicle just kind of grabs you and propels you through the curve. So I like it. Of course, if you're familiar with my channel, you know I deal with a lot of automotive, well, European automobiles. But I absolutely love the vehicle. You can get down on it at any time. You can see the Corvette pulling out in front of me here, another made American piece of muscle. So of course I won't hammer him to as much as I would the normal person that would be coming out. But as you can tell, we're both loving it. Yeah, you see that? It just propelled me right through the curve. Of course, he's having a good time, I'm having a good time. Life's all good today, baby. But no, I just wanted to bring you this because the reason why you buy this car is not necessarily because of all about the sound. It's about if you're using this car as a daily driver, this car is freaking awesome to use. 400-mile trip that I took it on. 400-mile trip that I took it on. I averaged 25.8 miles per gallon on the 400-mile trip. When they first proposed me taking this automobile, I said, no, there's no way. There is no way I'm going to take this automobile. The reason why I didn't want to take it there again is simply because it's got the Hemi. I'm thinking gas consumption. Every time I put my foot into the pedal, I'm going to lose, gas. In this case, not so much so. As I mentioned, 400-mile trip. I was able to do that trip 25.8 miles per gallon. And the vehicle only has an 18-gallon tank on top of that. So it only took me like $50, $53 to put gas in it for a full tank. Absolutely love that. Comfortable, quiet. Of course, you do get engine noise. That's the reason why you buy the car. But at the same time, absolutely love the car. I think it would be a great buy. There's a Scat Cat. There's also a Hellcat. Of course, if you've got the extra money, go ahead and throw dollars at that. Go ahead and throw dollars at those performance vehicles simply because they give you a little bit more zest for life. I mean, having this as a daily driver, right, it's one of those things where in the morning I'm just like looking for a reason to get out and drive it again. Over the Christmas holidays, had the vehicle for quite a couple of days now, and Christmas Day I'm itching to get out and drive the car. Of course, everybody's opening gifts and everything of that nature. Here I am like, just give me a reason to get out and drive the car. And actually I did later on that day. But yeah, I definitely wanted to bring this to you so you can see how the car performs. You just saw the curve area. You saw the Corvette in front of me. We're having a good time this Friday morning here in Cramerton, North Carolina today. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and show you a little bit about the performance of the vehicle. What's pretty cool is when you have 4 passengers, you have a seat, which is 3 seat belts across the rear. 3 seat belts across the rear simply meaning you could put 3 passengers in the rear of the vehicle and everybody could drive comfortably as a 4 passenger. Show you a little bit about it. What can I say? You gotta love it. But very nice, very soft suspension. Dodge did a great job with this vehicle, especially for those looking to drive it as an everyday car, as a daily vehicle. Very quiet, very smooth ride. If you are buying this vehicle, you're planning to take it on trips, as I did, 400 miles, absolutely loved it. Now, the weight of the vehicle is not going to be what you necessarily would get if you're buying some of the other European luxury vehicles. They typically will come in anywhere from 36 to 3,800 pounds. This one's going to come in that 41 to 4,300 pounds. Definitely a straight line performance vehicle. In the curves, you can find far more vehicles that do far better, but if you're going in a straight line, I absolutely love what this vehicle is able to provide you. As you can tell, the Corvette's already left me, but I'm going to keep moving forward. Now this is the 0 to 60. So you can see there. So that's the 0 to 60. It's very quick to get into it. You can just go to it. As you can see, I was flipping the upper button here, which takes you through a couple of the menus behind the wheel, and just get down on it. And it's automatically going to keep your time from 0 to 60. There again, I'm very pedestrian in my ways of driving a vehicle, so don't gauge it by me, of course. As you can see, day after Christmas, patrol is out heavy today, so gotta take it easy in between what I deem to be threats. And of course, this time I'm coming to you from Belmont, North Carolina. It's amazing how having a muscle car will have everyone around you to begin to drive aggressively as well. A guy behind me just kind of sped up on me and has been on my tail the whole time. So we're getting out into traffic, moving. Car behind me, able to get right into traffic. As you can see, moving right along. I'm at about 80, so I'm going to calm down a bit here. But absolutely love it. Right now I'm doing 80. If I decide to accelerate, now of course people, and I'm up to 100 just like that. People love to say how there's hesitation. I pressed the throttle, I pressed the accelerator, and there was hesitation. Folks, 5.7 liter V8 Hemi, there was hesitation when I pressed the throttle. So don't be thrown off by that when you talk about different cars and people get into, oh, I felt hesitation when I pressed the throttle. Same thing here, folks. May have been less than a lot of other cars, but same thing here. So don't let that throw you off. Love your vehicle. Don't let that be a determining factor. But absolutely love the vehicle. You were able to see a little bit of the 0 to 60. My time there, which is still at 6.1. The aggressive driver that I spoke of before is coming up behind me here. So we're going to go ahead and move along. Absolutely love to drive. Don't let the hindrance of the lack of electronics or the lack of from the the look inside the vehicle with the naked eye. Don't let that fool you. Don't let that stop you. Go ahead and buy your vehicle and enjoy it. There's no spot I feel I can't get to. All right, so we got a little traffic in front of us. I've got sport mode on, and if you're familiar with sport mode, all you're gonna do is press the sport button there, and it puts the checkered flag, green checkered flag, dead smack center, down mid-screen, on the display behind the steering wheel. And of course, coming up on a little traffic here, so we're gonna go ahead and maneuver. Of course, moving right to left, I've got the sports steering tuned. You can do that under your settings, and if you're doing that, it's very sensitive. When you move the wheel, you're moving right to left. Of course, during my traveling, the whole time we were traveling, I would take the wheel and move it, and of course, if you're awake, it just kind of moves you a little bit because I'm moving now. Of course, you can see the vehicle start to wag. You can see a little bit of the suspension. You don't hear much from the outside at all. Of course, you want to hear the engine. That's one of the reasons why you love driving a vehicle. But at the same time, it's just a nice ride. 375 horsepower. Of course, this vehicle can really put the horses to work. I always love to kind of zoom in and out of traffic. Coming off a turn here, as you can see. I mean, really, you just feel like there's no point you can't get to. I've driven the Ferrari before. Ferrari is more immediate, more impactful, but really, and no, I'm not making a comparison between this and a Ferrari. Definitely not the RT model. I mean, but if you need to move, it has the capability of move, which is the reason why you buy an automobile like this. You can see there, just zooming around, having a little fun. It's very easy to accelerate or use the accelerator to get to the point of 80 to 100 miles per hour and stay between that. Very easy. Even if you're going 80, it's very easy to get to 100 and not feel like you're getting to 100. So it's an inspiring automobile to really get in and drive it. The comfort of the vehicle I found to be amazing. Of course, taking this vehicle, when they first proposed the ideal to me, I was like, oh, hell no. I'm going to spend most of my time at the gas station. But I really didn't. As I mentioned before, 25 miles per gallon, 25.8 miles per gallon average. That's between city and highway. 40% of the time was on highway, 60% of the time was on back roads, and that's over a course of 400 miles. So absolutely love that. I'm going to show you a little bit of the performance getting here. You can see my distance, the white car there. Would love to get in front of them. If I needed to, I could. Well, let's do it, folks. Right there again, it's just the smallest of creases of opportunity you can get to. Not that you want to take all of them, but you can definitely get to them. A car like this is absolutely lovely. Of course, you can't speed the whole time. That's where you initially will get into trouble. But you have your spots in which you can. And that's where this car performs stunningly. Uptown Charlotte, as you can see, day after Christmas, there again, sunny day, very nice outside. Amazed at some of the things that people do behind the steering wheel when I drive it. So to get on Independence Boulevard, got a little bit of a curve coming up here. So take time to enjoy your day. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video on my thoughts on the 2020 Dodge Challenger RT. I definitely will enjoy mine. You can see the abundant rays of sunshine around me as I was driving. If you have any additional questions or anything of that nature, definitely post them. But at the same time, definitely continue to review some of the videos. Of course, this is one of the few in the way of a Dodge Challenger, but I have many more on how to operate your vehicle or what my thoughts on the drive of the vehicle, just in case you can't get out and drive it yourself. Thank you once again. Alton Crawford.